Hey y'all, it's Because Mama Said So, and we are making a simple chili recipe. This is one of those recipes that you can literally whip up in 30 minutes when you get home, crazy busy, don't have time. And before anyone says anything, this is not intended to be like the best gourmet chili you've ever had in your entire life, but I will say it's quick, it's easy, and it's delicious. It makes a wonderful base for Frito pies. It makes a wonderful base for anything that you would normally make with chili. I like to put Fritos, sour cream, cheese on top. I've used this chili for chili mac. I have a chili mac recipe that I use this chili in, and I like to make this in bulk because if there's any left over, I can always freeze it. This is got 5 chili bean cans, 2 Great Northern bean cans, and a large pinto bean can. And what makes this recipe taste like it's been cooking all day is I'm going to take 2 or 3 cans of those chili beans and I'm actually going to mash them so it thickens the texture. Then I'm going to add about the equivalent of 3 or 4 cups of diced tomatoes and a can of tomato paste. You can be so flexible with these tomato products. I've done this with crushed tomatoes. I've done it with stewed tomatoes. It's just super simple. And then we're going to whip up a super simple chili seasoning to go in it as well. I absolutely love this recipe. My family loves this recipe, and it is so good. It's not overwhelming, and it's not too spicy, and it's definitely kid-friendly. And also, you can use a combination of beans. As a matter of fact, I usually like to use black beans in this too, just because it looks really pretty in the chili. Here you see me, I'm going to add the cans of chili beans to this bowl, and I'm just going to mash them up until they're at a nice smooth texture. I will say this, I have also used refried beans in this kind of recipe before in order to get that really thick bean texture if I didn't have enough of my chili beans on hand. Like I said, this is a super simple recipe. It's not meant to be glamorous. It's not meant to be the best chili you've ever had. I did one time win a chili contest with this recipe, and it was the People's Choice, and I think it's because it's one that's just globally flavored for most people. It doesn't have a lot of extreme flavors, it doesn't have a lot of extreme heat, and so it just goes really well with a lot of different things. Here we're going to make our chili seasoning. I'm going to add pepper to this dish. I'm also going to add chili powder to it, seasoned salt, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, all of those great classic chili seasonings. Of course, the recipe is at the end if I left anything out along with the measurements that I used, but you kind of measure with your heart and you go ahead and taste your chili and make sure it's got the seasoning that you want. But like I said, quick, easy. On this particular day, I had worked all day long and I had a project that I was working on for the kids' class for Christmas. And so I was super tired, super worn out, and I just needed something quick to do. I also add about 2 pounds of ground beef that I have cooked into this as well. I know some people just do beans in their chili. Some people just do meat in their chili. There is really no right or wrong way to do chili as long as it's good, it's flavorful, and your family loves it. I've got my largest pot ready to go, and as you're going to see, this is going to fill it almost to the brim. It is just a great bulk recipe. I'm going to add all of the cans that I've opened, juices and all. This adds to the texture of the chili and also the flavor. And super simple, no waste in this chili recipe. I'm going to add all of them along with the tomato products as well as the mashed up beans, and then I will add the ground beef and the seasonings. And then we'll let this simmer for about 30 minutes until it's nice and hot and bubbly and warmed through. If you have never tried one of these meat mashers, I completely recommend that you do. It makes so many things so simple, and it's breaking up the meat right now and incorporating it well into the chili. I can also use it to kind of scrape the bottom to make sure that nothing's sticking. That is important, that you stir it really, really well a couple of times while it's cooking and heating through. I got my meat masher from Pampered Chef. One of my really good friends, Holly, is a Pampered Chef representative, and I got my meat masher from her. This particular recipe, actually, I got years and years and years ago, and the idea of mashing the beans from a really good friend, Barb, who was actually one of my very first bosses when I was in college, when that was like, oh Lord, 25 years ago. And I have used this recipe forever, and it is so delicious. Here's how my bowl turned out. I topped it with sour cream, cheese, and Fritos. It is so good, so delicious, and perfect for all of this cold weather that we're having right now. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, your precious cargo, and why? Because Mama said so. I would love for you to like, share, and subscribe, and I would love to chat in the comments. Have an awesome day, and Merry Christmas. Bye.